Hey, welcome back, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in the lab. Big eye in the book, doing my lessons. Don't look at the eye, just listen to the words. You ain't got to look, just listen. The visual ain't that good today, but the lessons always on point. I got a good one for you today. It's called, let's talk about how extended concentration in meditation leads to what we call cosmic consciousness. In layman's term, contentment is reaching God consciousness. How about that? So let's go. I got a nice one for you today. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself or God consciousness, new cosmic consciousness, excuse me. But know thyself. Okay, my mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. Your right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. Pay attention. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Why? But you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person here, a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to Mayat be true. We're going to speak a little bit by Mayat about the practice. And this says, let's talk about, like I said, extending concentration in meditation leads to cosmic consciousness. I'll put it in layman's term. Contentment is reaching God consciousness. Let's go. Any way you want to cut it, you can slice it any way you want. Let's talk about. They say they who revere Mayat are long-lived. They who are covetous have no tombs. Because when you go to scales of Mayat, the physical body ain't there, just your heart and your conscience. And when it gets eaten by Amet, you're no longer in existence. That's the concept. And it tells you down here. The last proverb implies what? That the development of what we call equal vision or equanimity through this practice of Mayat philosophy, you, the aspirant, are now able to develop what we call a balanced state of mind. Your left and right hemisphere of your mind, that's Mayat, that's equanimity, that's balancing your thinking. So that gives you a better opportunity to make the right decision using both sides of your brain. And it says here, development, balanced state, and it helps to develop what we call a balanced state of mind. And with this, any condition, thereby now you are able to practice what we call God consciousness or continuous meditative state of mind, reflection on God when? All the time. God conscious. I'm God conscious when? All the time. Got my mind on God and God's on my mind when? All the time. If you do it different, that's your choice. I got my choice, you got yours. Mine works for me. And if yours working for you, that's right thinking. I got you. Thus, you have to develop a good, clear understanding that on a day-to-day situations, you will encounter, in reality, challenges, which you should have the opportunity to perform what? All the stuff that you practice, all the stuff that you learn, this is time to practice it with your day-to-day life. Put it to use. Oh, don't wait till, I'm going to get holy or sanctified when I go to church. No, you act right all the time. Moving on, that's the concept. And watch this. When life challenges, which is met with what? With proper understanding, Right thinking will lead you to what? Greater enter and even out of fulfillment with yourself. I just did a lesson. Happy to be happy what? With myself. How I handle my situations in life. How I deal with things I got to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Perfect example. Perfect example. I practice this. I live this. That's why I teach it. Okay. Many times, that person who spoke to you harshly or speak to you harshly will change when what? When he or she does not receive the negative remark in return. I used to call it the mirror. If you treat me funky, I'm going to be funky with you. You disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you. That was my philosophy, and where I come from, it worked because that's how I had to do. As I got a little wise, I realized that might not be the best option at this point in my life. So now I've learned to what? Just let it go. Refrain. Why? I'm not going to feed back negativity. No, I'm going to be what? I'm going to do the right thing. So I agree with that. I got that another one from my pastor. I've never seen that guy lose his cool. Never seen him flip out. Never seen him cuss nobody out or get disrespectful. I know him almost 50 years. So he ain't fronting. He ain't perpetrating. So I know that for a fact. And when you get at that level in life, that's all you got to do. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. It speaks for itself. Again, in many ways, you will now be able to discover that what? Anger, hatred, negative response do not promote what it is you want for yourself. So you exercise another one of my favorite, patience. I had to acquiesce and be patient, okay, and forbearance and what? Goodwill and goodwill are what? Sources of spiritual strength, which moves the world. When you don't respond to people negative, I had to deal with a few situations in life where the old guy, the new guy, the new me, I like my mom said she's proud of the man I become. Why? I handle things a lot different now. And I'm getting the best results. I never experienced these results. Well, I never practiced this before. So I told my pastor, dude, this is all new to me. So, and I like it. Why? It's keeping things going for me, and I enjoy that part about my life. Now let's talk about extended concentration and meditation. These are things that you need to practice and can practice for yourself. But what most people call meditation, sitting around home, with the hands out, no, is in reality only what they call the second step in this process of what we call yoga meditation. What you mean? When you are successful in what? Your concentration of the mind, gaining control of this thing, right thinking. When you master right thinking, watch this, for a certain period of time, you're able to focus on particular thing. You're able to block out all the nonsense. You're able to get through the stuff that you ordinarily or wouldn't used to because you're getting better. And for a certain period of time, now you will be able to discover that your concentration becomes easier to hold with practice. I got over 10 years now, so it ain't hard for me to go into a meditative state of mind or go right to that place where I want to go for peace of mind, okay, for my self-control. When this concentration occurs, now it is like having a magnifying glass in your mind, and it's placed in the sun, when it's placed in the sun, when light shines up, what happened? It's used to focus the sun's rays on a piece of paper, and what? The rays are focused just right. What happened? The paper begins to burn. That means you got fire in the mind. This burning process is the goal of what we call extended concentration, to make your focus so fine it can start a fire. Okay? This practice, if done correctly, of concentration, daily meditation, it leads you to what they call a state of mind. Remember, heaven and hell is a state of mind and position and condition of your ass. Okay? When you're in a good position, it's heaven. You catch a bad situation, it's hell. So understand that. It ain't a physical place. It's a state of mind. So when you're in this heavenly state of mind, one's ego will merge. It will acquiesce. It will give in. Why? It can't beat you. So it's going to join you. What's the phrase? You can't beat them, join them. The ego can't conquer your higher self. So what? He got to give in and become part of it. He the one who protects Ra in the boat against the prophets. That's his job. Why? He a bad man. Just got to use them in the right position. That's where you need to be, service. With what? With the object. Your ego merges with the objects of your choice, being concentrated upon. Whatever you think, whatever you believe, that's where all your energy and your focus is going to go. And if it's done right, you get it done. Whatever we can conceive, we can achieve. That's the power of the mind. And since concentration on one object is psychologically equal to what? Having one thought, one single thought in your mind. Some people can't focus their mind to stop a whole bunch of thoughts to narrow it down to one. So it takes practice and years. Trust me, it ain't easy. But now your ego consciousness is free from what? From the stimulation of what? The senses and of thinking of itself as an individual entity. No, it's along for the ride now. It's a team player. He becomes a team player now. My ego does what I needed to do. Okay, get the concept? And that's what they show you on the boat, WRIGHT. When the prophet scares the hell out of everybody, only one that don't fight is what? Set your ego. It's not giving in, all right? So, and when you strong-willed like that, that means there ain't nothing you can't conquer. You're not going to beat you. Sound like Capricorn. Thus, now you may be able to concentrate on what? Any one object or any one no object. You're able to free your mind. You got control of the mind and the thoughts that come in the mind. That's power. That's right thinking, and aka self-mastery. This is what you want to master. This is the greatest thing known to man. The most complicated piece of machinery we can ever imagine. And it don't come with instruction. But you can learn how to use it. That's what I do. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. And when you obtain the same results from thinking about object or thinking about no object, there, what? Now concentration and the act of focusing one's psychic energy of your mind, your ego opens up and experiences what? Expansion of itself. Again, it's part of a winning team. Okay? By itself, it ain't got nothing to cheer nobody. But now, he's being cheered on. He's being rooted for. Oh, everybody likes that. The ego loves to be fed. Okay? Psychic energy is one's consciousness. And it therefore focuses on the perception of itself instead of what? Dissipating it into various thoughts and objects. One thought, one single thought focus on, you can achieve. When it's all over the place, it's hard, which attracts what? Your senses, the five senses of the body. The mind needs to shut the body down to function at its best. In this manner, one's true identity is not in the physical body. It's what? Revealed and uncovered, aka the veil of ignorance is now lifted. You now know yourself, and the veil of your ego consciousness has been what? Lifted. You know thyself. Ding, ding, ding. And this mind expansion may feel as what? A loss of body consciousness. And what it means is the body don't control your actions no longer. You no longer depend on the body to do nothing. Why? It's all here and here. And when you reach that identity, one may forget what? One's own existence as an individual and may now feel what? The sensation of floating or falling. You ain't by yourself. You just with it. Everybody say they go there. They just there. They just being. That's the idea of being. Beings of light. Okay, they show you that concept. They show you all the bodies. There's always just beams of light. No body, just, beams of light. Consciousness, okay? And floating. But often, what happens? Fear is experienced in the human form at a point since one's ego consciousness may have a strong grip on one's psychic. So, however, if this state is mastered, again, right thinking, and explored to its highest height, you will reach what they call the stage of expansion, wherein you will experience what they call now enlightenment experience or the mystical experience for yourself. You have reached God, the highest level in human form. It's all in the mind. It ain't done physical. It's done internally. Wrapping it up. They call it cosmic consciousness. God conscious. Same thing. The cosmic consciousness is that stage, the highest level, which can only be reached when you, the meditator, have learned and practiced enough to be able to transcend all thoughts through what? This process of what we call extended concentration. That means you advance in the knowledge and understanding how to control your mind. You're getting better. You're getting better. At this level, there is an awareness of expansion which goes beyond time and space. It's all here. It's all here. And you, the meditator, right thinker, your meditator goes now beyond the objects of meditation. Remember, objects denote objects. And when you go beyond words of power and you go beyond consciousness as an individual, now you have an awareness of what they call the vastness of infinity, aka immortality. Some call it the Akashic Records, and its universality, aka cosmic consciousness. Taking it in. This was a short one. I got this in real quick. This new realm of mystical experience that every religion teaches and everybody who wants to get to God have to experience what for themselves. It creates what? A new mental, a new different mindset and impressions, which now, because of the magnified concept, will burn away what? Negative and ignorant impressions based on your egoistic, ignorant concepts. Ding, 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 ding. The self has to be taken out and what? Rebuilt to what? It become part of the team. Your ego got to become a team player. That's your job. And they are what? Meditative process. And it is the potential to experience by all human beings. It don't say just black. It don't say no. It says all human beings, and we all part of one race, the human race. So everybody had the free will to get to God. 9 billion people, there's 9 billion ways to get to God. That's my philosophy. And this says it right there for all human beings. Your potential to be Haru is in everybody. Why? This is the spirit that's in you. We all got it. This is only the true essence of what? Who you really are. God in the flesh. As you gain greater what? Knowledge. It don't say belief. It says knowledge to experience the mystical experience after what? Putting the work in, practicing the ritual, learning the story. Now, there's something's going to happen if you do those things correctly, automatically. Okay? You'll awaken. And the greater knowledge you have of this realm in the physical realm, now you will gradually what? Lose all traces of what? Ignorance. That's what you want to destroy within yourself. And that's all the negative qualities that make you what? A bad person. You practice the good stuff that make you a good person. And egoism has to be curtailed. The ego concept, the I, the me, you have to curtail that and become what? Us and we. Ain't no I in team. If you'll be a team player, you got to become one of them. And this is called Mishkanet, which represents what? Your action. Your Iri, that's karma. And when you become one with your essential nature, this is it, I'm taking it home. When you become one and you become conscious of this connection to your essential nature as what? The transcendental divine self, when you become conscious of that and you understand it and you live in it and you be in it, that's what the whole purpose of meditation to get you what? To God. To get your physical understanding connected to your mental and your spiritual understanding to become what? One with your spirit. Now you're conscious and everybody has the right because your conscious is there. At death, the brain don't even matter. It's only good while it's in the physical form. Let's talk about objects of meditation right quick. I see the clock. I got a few minutes. Let me wrap this up. Oh, behold, with thy eye, God's plans. Devote thyself to adore God's name. Remember what? Know thyself. Devote thyself to adore God's name. It is God who giveth souls to the 9 billion people, I tell you, of forms. And God once magnifies whoever magnifies God. If you're a true believer, you choose God to be your Savior, Lord, say all that good stuff, and you live by it, you'll be rewarded for that. That's when you know what? God for yourself. Your God will bless you. Whatever you call them, however you believe. But you only get blessed through what? Good deeds. So it don't make a difference who and what it is. But when you receive the blessing, that's your confirmation that there's a God who recognizes what the things you do. That ought to put you in the straight and narrow. Why? Cause and effect. If I keep doing good things, I'm going to keep being blessed. Yep, I do it every day. That's why. Let me talk right quick about the ancient Egyptian wisdom text. This is once you get knowledge of God. Now you can espouse, you can talk, elaborate, philosophize about what it is you know from what you experience. Wisdom is experience. In the daily practice of meditation or right thinking philosophy, you have to remember it is important to be able to develop mental concentration, being able to focus, block out distortion, block out the noise, useless information, block all that nonsense out for yourself and go to that quiet place where within yourself. One can concentrate on subtle objects such as the breathing technique, of gross objects, thoughts of gross objects, such as physical objects. Some people like to use animals, some people like to use objects, but your concentration, assistance in the program of spiritual evolution by allowing the power of your mind to be focused towards the project of spiritual enlightenment. And this will allow you, the aspirant, right thinker, to what? Break or what? Lift the veil of ignorance or illusions that binds people to mortal, limited, ignorance existence because they just think it's just them. I, me. They don't have God. Why? They edge God out. That's the ego. The ego's job is to get God out the mix. That's why that's why Set killed his brother Saul so he can be king. Once he killed the leader, the spirit, God, he can take over. That's the concept. And that's all going on inside you. It's a moral war. All right. So concentration assists the program. What you get is with black delusions out. When you ignorant, you think you know and you really don't know. That's the problem. And now you have the sages have enjoined that one should concentrate on the divine image of God and in the name of the divine. That's the face for God for me. Maya is the principle that I follow, that I practice for me. So I got both those things covered in my meditative state of mind. Okay? You pick and choose yours. I got mine. And what happened? These objects will yield what? The greatest results and most efficiently. Why? Because the names are concentrated upon through what? Hesed and Shema, meaning chant the divine singing. I don't do all that. I'm not doing none of that, okay? I'm a thinker. So I go into meditative state of mind. But the image is concentrated upon through what? Your rituals, and is sustained by visualizing of the images. That's why I keep it there, okay? Iconographs, my dad, of the divine pictures. Again, sculptures, sculptures, vases, whatever it is, etc. And everything depicting what? The divine in all different forms, in essence, male, female divinities, that's my favorite, as well as abstract forms of the divinity will emerge from what? The one supreme being through the act of what we call creation. And he did it by concentrating upon what we call lesser divinities and gained insight. Only insight is gained into what? The nature of the supreme divinity. The creation myths are told for that purpose, to educate you, enlighten you, but give you the story, the breakdown from the beginning. And this allows you, the aspirant, to be able to understand the nature of the divinities and thereby be able to develop a devotional feeling and love toward them that only develops into esteem and love for who? God, the divine. And it leads you, the aspirant, to what? Spiritual enlightenment, the ultimate union with the divine. It don't get no better than that. That's knowing thyself, taking it in, the creation. I got a little bit of information here, but let me take it through. The process of creation, everybody has a creation story in the beginning, okay? It's tried to explain in the form of what we call cosmological system for what? Better understanding. There's a story. There's a myth. We're trying to tell you something. And cosmology is a branch of philosophy dealing with what? The origin and the process and structure of the universe, aka the beginning. Cosmogony is the astrophysical study of what? Creation, nature, and the evolution of the universe. Both of these disciplines are inherent facets of what? Egyptian philosophy through the main religious systems or the companies of what we call gods and goddesses, the Paute, a company of gods. And the goddess is what we call a group of deities which symbolize all a particular cosmic force. They all are forces and principles of nature which are all emanations from the all-encompassing supreme being, the one, which they have emerged from. They all come out of God, the self, the Paute, company of gods and goddesses, which is of cosmic forces, laws of nature. Mouthful there. But the idea is it was created by God. That's all the concept is. So that concept of higher being should not be an issue at this point. The system or the company of gods and goddesses of Anu, meaning the first place, the first time, was regarded as what they called the oldest form and the basis of Assyrian Trinity. It is expressed in the diagram I'm about to show you over here. They had it set below. It's on another page. These are all aspects of your mind. They're breaking down how the brain works in three different consciousness. Waset, Thebes, and Anu. They had this thing already figured out. They was a lot smarter than we ever gave them credit for. And me studying them, it's unbelievable how much they knew compared to what we think we know now. So let me just take you through right quick what the diagram shows above about Sajet, that we call the Enad, or the creation principles. These are principles who we gave life and character to. They're not real people. We know that. But we give them identity, which are embodied in the primordial gods and goddesses of creation. Emanated again from the one supreme being, you have Ra or Ra-Tem. That's the beginning. Arose out of what we call the Noon, the primeval waters, the hidden essence, and began sailing what we call the boat of 1,000,000 years, which included the company of gods and goddesses, male and female aspects. On his boat emerged what we call the netters, or cosmic principles again of creation. The netters of the Enad are Ra-Atum, Shu, which represents air. Ra is the sun. Shu represents air that we breathe. Tafnut represents water from above that nourishes the earth, which is Geb in male form. And Nut represents heaven, starry deck clouds above us. Women always appear on top, men. Excuse me, the woman covers the man from that aspect. And then from those five aspects, the sixth aspect in creation of nature is Asar. That's when spirit becomes into matter. So spirit comes to matter in Asar, the first man. His wife, his sister, Aset, she represents wisdom and intuitive knowledge and immortality. Set represents the ego. Now he's the devil, okay? Whatever, but it's inside you. It ain't outside you. These are all inside you. Set, the ego, edge God out. Who's God? Asar. He killed Asar, symbolically. That's the concept. And then you got his sister, his wife, Netet. She represents mortality. Her and Aset go together like hand in glove, the two twins. Spirit, and, mortality and immortality. So then you got Het Haru. She represents God's power in the left eye when he sent her out to take care of all the unrighteous. Oh, God's a killer. God sent his daughter to destroy all sinners who don't follow me. Unrighteous, kill them. And guess what? At Judgment Day, Ahmet get to eat you. So he takes care of y'all unrighteous. He got ways to dispose of y'all. Simple. Tahuti, and this is the messenger from God. He represents your mind. This is the thing that Tahuti represents, and we all have it, just got to use it. And my favorite girl, Maya, she represents attributes of the Supreme Being as what? The very stuff or the stratum which makes up creation. Shu, Tafnut, Gab, Nu, Asar, Set, and that they all represent principles upon which creation is built and manifests through. Ampu, your discerning quality, is the combination of spirit and mortality. He represents what? Discernment. He's the bastard child. And he's not part of the Ened. Why? He represents the feature of what? Intellectual discrimination. In the Osirian myth, he's the one who takes care of what? Asar, he embalms them. He's in charge of the dead. He's the one who makes sure you get a fair shot. He's the ultimate, I'm just doing my job type of dude. He's the original police. But he's the one that manifests. And sailing of the boat signifies the beginning of what we call motion in creation. And motion also implies that even events occurs in the realm of what we call time and space. Thus, the phenomenal universe comes into existence as a mass of what? Moving essence that we call elements. Prior to this motion, there was just the primeval state of what? Being, without any form, without any existence, without time and space. From that point on, when he said what? Let there be, Ra, light, creation began and movement and everything started, aka creation. That's the lesson. I got more, but I'll be back. I see the clock. I'm taking it to a half hour. Hope you enjoy the lesson. This is what I like to do, teaching. This is fun for me. Hope you enjoy the lesson. In closing, right thinkers, may y'all let it be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I never let my right thinkers who starting to focus on how to concentrate have passed away.